Okay, welcome back to the daily grind. We are here. We got everything seamed up yesterday except for this one doorway seam. So today we're going to stretch everything in super fast and be howdy bowdy. Today is Friday. Let's turn around and see what we got going on.
So, we got all this tied off already. Yesterday I bumped that back that way so I could take and make my doorway seam right there. Now this is ready. I got that tied off. I'm gonna stretch this direction to the tile. I'm not gonna have my stretchers all the way back there running up straight to the tile. What I'm actually gonna do, I got it cut down here to my corner right there. So what I'm gonna do is take my first stretch right here to the corner, and then I'll boom, boom, go that way a couple stretches. After I get that completely done, then after I've got my corner done, I'll kick my tailpiece over here and get one, maybe two stretches up here on this wall. Let me get you a little view there so you can see what I'm talking about. So I start at that corner, work that way, kick my tailpiece around that way, and then get one or two stretches here, okay? I'm gonna let Luke video me here while I get this first couple stretches, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Somebody was actually asking about the stretch and how much I got to my tile yesterday. I will show that in depth when I get to the bathroom doorway. I'm not going to do it right here. Now, this is all secured off at an angle that direction. If I had started here and went like that, it just would have shifted the whole room around this direction. That's all secured now. I want to bring my stretchers up to there and run my tailpiece all the way back to that wall by the bathroom doorway. Get me a couple stretches here, then I'll be able to secure this whole area off right here at the tile and go that way. Rolling. So I got the end wall tied off down there now by the tile and stuff. And before I made my long stretch up the wall, fold this back and get it row cut. That way I'm not trying to deal with row cutting it all secured off and everything like that just in between the doorways. This just makes it a little easier on the row cutting part. So it's always good to go ahead and row cut this prior to getting your long stretches. It gives you more room to work and it's easier, which is what we all want.
Oakley dokley. It is 11, it's a few minutes till 11 actually. We are just about done here. Got one more little room to stretch in. It'll probably take us about 15 minutes since we got it all seamed up and ready to go. I had to take a break right there. Started stretching right here. I got my first pull and I looked and I was like, oh my goodness, what happened there? My seam came apart. I folded my thing back, folded the carpet back and looked, and only half the tape was heated up in that specific spot and the other half of the tape was burned. So obviously I had my iron not centered on the tape. Looky here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about here. This was already here and this side was not stuck. Now it was, and I didn't have anything under it to protect it. So you can see what it did there. And I didn't have my board under it. I normally have my Teflon board, but just to reheat that and make it stick, I didn't go through all the trouble. So I just set it down there. But anyway, this side was not at all heated and this side was already burned like that. So whenever I originally done it, I had my iron too far over here and I didn't have it centered. You can reheat your tape up to 3 times if you have issues on it. That's the first time, the original time, and then that time. If it still had problems, I could do it again. I don't know that I would. I would hope I wouldn't have an issue with the same spot 2 or 3 times, because doing that in the same spot like that just may burn the carpet if you're running your iron too high, okay? Medium is what I run it on over a board. I actually did it medium right there over pad too on that one. You're not supposed to. When I did my doorway seams, I do it on low if it's over pad. That's probably why it got a little hot right there, because I had it on medium just for that little fix. So in here working in the closet, he says, hey, I cut this a little short, actually dramatically short. You know what, cool. You know what I'm saying? At least you did it here and not on some high-end goods. That's why he's doing his practice here, okay? Pick your jobs you let your guys practice on, okay? Not a big deal whatsoever. Don't scold them, encourage them. That's okay. Okay, so 2 things you guys need to know if something like that happens. And 1 thing you need to know. Do not scold your guys, okay? Even if you get on them, harp them, look what you did. My goodness, it's gonna take me a whole 2 minutes to fix that. You know what I'm saying? If you get on them, what they're gonna do next time, they're just gonna hide it, try to fix it themselves. Then it's gonna cause problems. They're not gonna wanna tell you if they know they got a butt chewing coming, okay? Tell them it's okay, fix it. The thing you need to tell them when it does happen, do you know why it happened? And where is the piece you cut off from there, okay? Always tell you guys, if you notice you cut short, keep the piece you cut off there so you can put the same piece back. Off to the next one. Okay, so here we are, job number 2 for the day. We're gonna be doing, vinyl right here in this bathroom. It's a little bathroom. You can kind of see flat metal here and flat metal inside of, or by the bathtub rather. Yeah, so, tell this guy's not much about putting money into stuff. I mean, look what he did here. Flat metal over all the seams except for that one right there. Flat metal. Even all the way across the room, flat metal. Look here, this beautiful piece goes right here, and then boom, it just stops because the seam went right there. So, flat metal, flat metal. So, when you guys see what I do here in this bathroom, I don't want to hear it, okay? I just don't want to hear it. I want to do something I never do in here, okay? I'm gonna loose lay this piece of vinyl. I was over here with the owner earlier, and that's what he wants. He was talking about this one blowing up and stuff because of air coming out from the cabinet and such. So, yep, he's got plastic in the shower for me to put the commode and cut this bad boy in and be done. Put the cord around and flat metal back and cock-a-doodle-doo. We be outie bowdy. I don't like doing that, but sometimes that's what people want. Just like right here, that's all he wants. Cut it in, be done. He don't want to glue down because he's going to be changing it out. So, okay, we will please. Ruben, what in the world are you doing? Using a carpet trimmer on vinyl? Why are you cutting it long like that? Give me just a second and I'll tell you. This be a loose lay product, mate. Instead of pulling the baseboard, where we pulled the other vinyl out, it's up just a wee bit. And I just tuck this right underneath of there. I don't have to pull the baseboard, nail it back or anything. Simply cut it long, tuck the vinyl under. Might smack it with a rubber mallet or something, and we're gonna be good. So just like any other floating product, if you loose lay sheet vinyl such as this, you gotta make sure that you don't trap it off around the edges or you will have problems, just like a floating vinyl plank, hardwood, laminate, whatever. So you can see the gap I've got right here. That is for when I put this metal here. I'm not going to nail into the vinyl. I'm going to go straight down and hit the floor. This will still have room to do its little thing under there. And I'll do the exact same thing over here by the tub. Yeah, I know, he wanted flat metal back there too, so that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, we are all done here. We got everything all did. We got the quarter round. There's a few pieces of quarter round around the cabinet right there. Man wanted to leave the vent off so he could put some tape on the vinyl underneath of there so air don't blow under it. He said it was doing that to the last one, so he wanted to secure that to the floor right there so air wouldn't blow under it. And then he will put the vent on himself. And we got her all taken care of. That was a good idea, I will say, to tuck that under the base rather than take the base off and reset it. I mean, reinstall it. And as always, we always flush the toilet 4, 5, 6 times before we leave and check for leaks. Make sure there's no water around the bottom. Make sure it's all dry under here. Make sure it's all dry down here. And look around, make sure we don't see any shiny around the bottom. If this one wasn't so dirty, I would rub my hands around there, but I've already seen some stuff around there, so I don't really want to. But anyway, that's it. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Daily Grind. Until tomorrow, BSB's out.